I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and it's part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0 full video review. Is this the one to get at $399, or should you go with the Apple iPad mini, the Nexus 7, or another contender on the market? Let's find out in part 2 of the video review. We kick off part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8.0 review, continuing on our little quest to find features that make this different even than the Galaxy Note 2 or the Galaxy Note 10.1. I feel like Samsung incrementally updates their TouchWiz software every time you roll around. So between, the Note 10.1, then the Note 2, then the Note 8.0, and then the Galaxy S4, and their continuing product line, it's like you see little updates, and I always like to focus on those for these types of reviews, because you're like me, I know you are. You're like, what are those little teeny tiny things that, I don't know if you talk like this in real life, but it seems like in my mind you do. Anyway, I don't know, you don't talk like that in real life, don't worry. But couple of things, and actually before we get into those, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like the Note 8.0 and the Note 2 and all these great devices for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working, so whether it's a smartphone or a basic phone or whatever the case may be, when you walk in, they'll get you set up with your email, your web, your contacts. They'll help mom, dad, grandma, whoever gets that device, so when you walk out the door, you're good to go at Best Buy Mobile. So let's take a look here. This is one of my favorites. So you look at the notifications area, and this is something I've always liked about Samsung devices, and recently LG's picked up on this, and a couple of different OEMs have picked up on this in their custom skins, but I really enjoyed this one. The fact that you've got your shortcuts right up here, click Wi-Fi on a regular basis, click reading mode, click vibrate, or maybe I'll go to silent, for example. Quick and easy, but you know what? I've loved to have the ability to change that, and we saw that in the Galaxy S4, but you can also do that on the Note 8.0 as well. So I'll come over here to notification panel. You'll see brightness adjustment, but then I can set the quick setting buttons right here from this menu. So you know what? GPS, let's say, don't need to turn that on or off, but what I do need is driving mode up here, and I need Smart Stay, or let's say All Share Cast, for example. Now, when I go back out, right here, scroll down, and you can see that it's customized to my look and feel. So Wi-Fi is obviously important, but I put these two up here, and now they're available in the main area. Really nice to be able to customize that and make it your own and get rid of those or move those around as you see fit. Now, actually, something else that would be kind of fun here. Let's go to notification panel and see how many of these we can remove. I'm assuming we can just keep removing and see what happens once. Nope, I guess you have to have at least a minimum of 9 on the notifications panel. My question was very similar to LG's. You can get rid of them and have like 2 buttons, and they're just 2 huge buttons at the top. So just me playing around, seeing if I could customize. Another great thing, and this is something from feedback from the Note 2 that they implemented. You see the pin here on the Note 2. You can't use the pin on the capacitive buttons. We can now on the Note 8.0. So instead of having to physically use your finger down here, you can be scrolling around and think, you know what, I need the menu. Boom, I can activate it from my S Pen. A lot of great little software goodies here, and you still get the same stuff like pop-up note, double tap, hey, and you can do that and quickly save a note and then move on. Quick and easy. You need to do that grocery list, you're in a meeting and you think I need to send a card or I need to send an email. Quick note, easy, simple, and you're out. And then I love the Page Buddy setup as well, which is this whenever you're roaming, or when actually not in the case of the Note 8.0, but whenever you're detaching your S Pen or plugging in headphones, it'll bring out this customized page, as you can see right here. Earphones, docking, and then S Pen in the case of the Note 8.0, where it gives you some kind of customized suggestions. It says, hey, you remove the S Pen, you probably want to do a note. You probably want to create something, and then you'll see in the notifications bar as well, you probably want to browse the web, check your gallery, want to do your settings, want to take a look at S Pen functionalities, or, one of my personal favorites, you want to do quick commands, which you can still do at Jonathan. I don't know if that'll work with my terrible writing, but you can do shortcuts like that. It'll open up email, and I don't have an email account configured, but if I did, it would open up an email to Jonathan, and I'd be in business with that quick command shortcut. So really cool features right there. Of course, you get some benefits in the gallery as well. Think Note 2 here in terms of the overall gallery, for example. I can hover over a folder and quickly see pictures if I want to. And then I've got those different functions here where I can scroll and kind of make the animation different all around if I want to, and customize it and make it my own. So a lot of abilities to make this device your own. It's that content creation that Samsung's really pushing for on the Note 8.0. And the question is, at $399, it's a pricey tablet. It's not cheap by any means, and you're looking at this going head-to-head against the iPad mini for $329, the Nexus 7 for $199, So really, it's got some competition. So the question is, and the question that I wanted to pose at the beginning of this review, do the software value adds make up for that? Do the software value adds make it worth $399? Does this little content creation tool make it worth $399? I think it does. There are some things I'd love to change. I think the screen needs more PPIs, needs more resolutions. I'd like to see at least 1080p on this display for $399. It would be really nice to see a high quality tablet like that, or high quality display like that rather. But that said, the software value adds here I absolutely love. I think these are great for business users and personal users alike. Who doesn't love to draw stuff? Kids love that stuff. For personal use, it's easy to take quick notes, and then for personal or for professional use rather, great to use in meetings all around. So let's take a look, and I said this in part one, I was having internet connectivity issues, but it decided to randomly start working in part two. So we are graced with some internet connectivity here, and you can see PhoneDog.com is loaded up, quick and easy to access. And then of course when I hit the keyboard here, and I'm using Chrome by the way, I've got my quick tabs that I can access really easily, and it shows me that my S Pen is detached, and here is the Samsung keyboard. Now out of the box you get the Samsung keyboard, and you get Google Voice typing, and that's about it on this device. But you do have a dedicated number row here, both in landscape and in portrait mode, so you can use this to your heart's content. Put it down on the display, or put it down on the desk rather, and say, you know what, let's go to CNN.com, and it'll load right up for you. So all in all, really a functional tablet there. And then of course the camera, we'll take a look at that, and it's not going to win any awards by any means, and there's no flash, so keep that in mind. But that said, it does have a camera, and of course has widget functionality as well. So much like you would expect from a Note 2 or one of their TouchWiz enabled smartphone devices. You can see here settings, all the stuff you would expect in the widgets department, then of course your downloaded applications as well. Apps are right here. And you know what, let's go ahead and take a look at Quadrant Standard, because I'm actually kind of curious. We'll jump back to the customizations after that, but we'll run Quadrant Standard, and I'll talk a little bit about battery life. Now keep in mind, this is a Wi-Fi only device. It is not running on any cellular connectivity, so battery life is going to be good. It's got a 4,600 milliamp hour battery, which is giant within itself. It's an 8-inch display. It does really great in the battery department all around. I actually have not charged this device since I got it, and I've been really impressed with the battery life all around. I've just been turning it off at night when I leave the office, turning it back on and working with it throughout the day. And that way, you know what, power consumption is pretty light all around. I keep it connected to Wi-Fi most of the time. Sometimes I detach it from or disable Wi-Fi, I should say. And all around, it is a great device in the battery life department. So I've been really impressed with this tablet. And again, I think price point's good, $399, nice little price point. Great value adds with the software. This is something I would recommend to somebody, you know what, that's going to use this for work, and they want something for content creation, be it presentations, be it meetings. 6,793 in Quadrant Standard. So you know what, I'm going to highlight that. Whoops. And then again, I can share it if I see fit and bring it right down into my S Note. So you get the idea. Fun to mess around with, and I actually think these things are incredibly useful all around. Now you have multi-window on this device as well. So if you like that from the Note 2, you've got that functionality here where I can bring up internet, for example, and then I can bring down contacts, and I've got both here, and of course I can flip-flop as I see fit, or make it the main window. Music player, I don't have any music on this device at the moment, but I can flip these around. I have Samsung's Over the Horizon. So you can see there, it's playing. And then I can get rid of that. And then I can move this window up and down. So if I don't want to see a whole lot of the music, I want to see more of the contacts, I can mess with that. Love that type of productivity and multitasking that comes with a tablet. So if you're somebody that likes to multitask, you're somebody that needs it for work, you're somebody that needs it for content creation or class even, maybe you're in college or in high school, this would be a great option for you, I think, with the S Pen. Really some nice functionality all around. That said, if you're a stickler for HD displays, you want that 1080p, it's going to bother you when you see some grains, this may not be the device for you because the display does need a little bit of improvement. It is not my favorite thing on this device, but I do like the S Pen, the functionality that comes with the software. I like Watch On a lot. I think it's useful all around in terms of managing your TV schedule, managing your programs, and more. It's a nice little addition to this device, and I love the little software things they've added since the Note 2 and the Note 10.1. Little things like the ability to change your shortcuts up here, and just the overall look and feel of the device itself. If you like the Note 2, it's fast, it's speedy, and it's easy to use. I would recommend it to anybody seeking a tablet. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage of the Note 8.0. We'll do some tablet dogfights really soon, so keep it locked right here as we put this together against another tablet in the space and see which one comes out on top. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron, Facebook, Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, Google+, G+.to/PhoneDog. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. And as always, we'll see you next time.